Turn the music down. Network. So I want to talk about training partners. I want to talk about what you should be looking for when you practice. And that stems from something I saw my friend say while playing Guilty Gear Strive. He's a streamer himself as well. Shout outs to Elliot Faye. Go ahead and give him a follow on Twitch if you're watching this. You want to see some Happy Chaos gameplay. Some learning Happy Chaos. And I say learning because the first thing that he said was that he's on floor 10 and doesn't belong there. And being on floor 10 and not belonging there, let me hit display. I guess I could hit display winner, right? Oh, wow, I won a lot of games. The first thing about being on a floor in Guilty Gear or being in a rank that you don't belong in is you're gonna play against people that are significantly better than you. That's just kind of how it works, right? And I want to show you an example, a worst case scenario of what it looks like if you're playing someone who's significantly better than you. This guy's name was sick, by the way. His name was King Kickass. I love the name. I really do. It's a dope name. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off. There we go. Okay. So a perfect example of playing against someone who is too high for your skill level is right here. This is my grow. I hoped that I'd find someone really low rank, right? And I did. I found a G. So this is a G2 versus an A5. I don't think that this is an even matchup or comparison of skill at all, right? We could skip forward if you want, right? So I win this round. It's not close. I think that's like the most damage they get this round is like off this, right? And then I just frame trap them. And I block punish. And I counter hit frame trap them. They don't know what that is, you know? And then I whip punish them, right? So that's the first round done. It didn't even really look like I was doing much. And I don't think I was. And I whip punished. And I block punished. You see how, once again, another frame trap. Another frame trap. And then I'm backing away. Now they have to work their way back in. I mean, that's pretty good. Too bad they didn't know what to do off of it, right? And once again, just getting like frame trap, pressing a button there when all they have to do is block. And that was just a counter hit thing, right? So if you guys can't tell, I'm kind of poo-pooing on this guy. This guy's getting beat up really bad. And it's not close, right? Yeah, maybe the individual rounds are, but look at the round count. And look at how compact I'm playing here compared to like how wild and loose they're playing, not knowing what to do. That was for the meme. I shouldn't have done that. But it was just to show that, hey, I know that I can beat that. You want to hear something wholesome? Wholesome nuts in your mouth? Think I'm going to fall for that? You think I'm going to fall for that? Come on. So that's a pretty good example of what it looks like when someone is significantly better than you. Right? That is higher skill gameplay right there. Now, let's see if I can show you guys. Let's see if I can. Here, you might. I'm pretty good at that. I'm not falling for it. I am not falling. Well, let's go and turn off the music. I wish I had everything ready faster. I'm pretty bad about having stuff ready when it comes to doing my like talk segment. Let's go here, properties, do this. Okay, so now we have this video ready, right? I won't be able to see chat. Actually, I will be able to see chat. That's pretty sick. I will indeed be able to see chat. So we can have this video playing. I'm actually the first fight. Oh, I can't see. I'm the first fight here. There we go. I got it to show without having to. So, if you guys can't tell because my camera's in the way, maybe I need to move my camera. Let's move my face. Oops. I'm the worst. Move my face over here. That's an S rank. Right, so this is an even match of skill, right? Or at least, so the ranks say. This is an even match of skill. So this is two players at high level making decisions, or at higher level, right? Making decisions that they both understand for the most part, and making the decisions and capitalizing off of it, right? Here's the problem. I see a lot of people saying that you need to do this, right? And I see a lot of, and I think it's wrong, right? This is a very, very typical argument that I hear a lot when it comes to training partners. You need a higher level training partner. Your training partner needs to be way better than you, beat the shit out of you, and that's how you're gonna learn. I don't know if you know this or saw the previous fight. If you play against people who are higher level than you too frequently, the likelihood of you actually learning anything is really low. And the reason for that is, how are you supposed to learn that you're doing something wrong if you're not even allowed to play the game? Now, what I mean by that is, I don't like to say not able to play the game, but what I mean by that is, you cannot play the game against someone who is significantly higher level than you without making a whole lot of mistakes, because they just know what they're doing and you have zero clue what you're doing, right? Let's keep that in mind. Let's put that into perspective. There's another example in this video here. It's gonna be another example. So when you look at it that way, it's a lot easier to play against people your own skill level. I was one and done by this A1 grow like 3 times today and asked him why he keeps running away and he refuses to play versus Yoshi. I almost beat him twice too. That's pretty sick. Maybe it's because he doesn't have a lot of Yoshi experience. So he's like, I don't want to play against Yoshi. I'll just not play against Yoshi and, you know, die. Is this your new layout? No. This is me talking about something that I think a lot of players struggle with. I think a lot of players struggle with the idea that you're not supposed to just give away free. Move on to the next. You're not supposed to just give away. People just expect you to be good at the game and be able to teach people, right? A lot of people can't even teach people though they're good at the game, right? That's just a fact. So even if you have a higher level training partner, right? And this is a D versus an S, right? So this is Andy Rue, one of the best ZOS players in the world, versus some random, you know, online Huamaru I've never seen before. Look at what Andy Rue is doing here. It doesn't even look like the D rank is getting to run any of their offense. They're not allowed to play. Do you know why they're not allowed to play? Do you know why? They have no clue what to do against someone who knows how to fight against their offense. They cannot properly change and adapt their style to play against someone so much better than them. Now, I think that it's fine to have a higher skilled training partner. I don't think you should find the highest skilled person you know and have them as a training partner. I think having them do match review for you, maybe coaching for you, a little bit of VOD review, good. I don't think that you should find someone who's significantly stronger than you and use them as a bar and a measurement of you getting better. Hey, what's up, Kajir? I don't think you should use them as a bar and a measurement of you getting better. And the reason for that is you're just gonna run into people who are gonna beat the shit out of you over and over. And you're gonna say to yourself, you know, if I was playing against my training partner, or if this guy was playing like my training partner, if he was playing the game right, I would beat this guy. But because you've never played against the struggle bus, crazy hound dog shit, where people are just mashing on buttons, you have zero clue how to beat the people who are your skill level. Your skill level is the mash. You are there right now. You just don't see it because you play against stronger players constant. Train to be better than 95% of players and prioritize fun? I think that's a good idea. I think prioritizing fun is a great way to get better at a game. Right? If you're having fun, then that's well and good right there. I think that that's a great idea. There's another fight in here. I wanted to show that one first. This is a more even showing of skill, or that's the dream at least. I don't actually remember. This is a video on YouTube of my gameplay at Andy Ruiz. It's someone who like clips high level ZOS gameplay and then posts it. I think it's pretty cool. Or high level gameplay for like all characters and like post it. So this is an A and a B rank, right? I just learned enough to stomp randos. Real dogs beat me. I gotta go learn. Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. That's fair. So you see how now, like, this matchup looks way less swingy. Like when you watch the match that I showed you of my Grow versus the Taki, it looked very swingy in my I'm sorry, it looked very controlled in my favor. It looked like even when I was down in life, I had full control of the game. Same thing with Andy Rue versus that Huamaru. Now if you look at this looks relatively even. Like wow, the Taki's B rank and the Zalamel's A rank, and they're still losing. I made it to E rank today on Yoshi. Yo, let's go. I think you told me that in my Discord, but still, let's go. That was a really nice confirm. Essentially, I think that it's harder to adapt and adjust your playstyle if you're playing against someone who's significantly better than you, especially like even if they give you advice. I think that the big thing is a lot of people say, well, if you're playing like a high level player and they give you advice constantly, wow, the teabag, and they give you advice constantly, it makes it significantly better, right? It makes it so that you can learn significantly faster. That still leads you to the point where you're going to be playing against a player or a playstyle that your high level training partner is not, or doesn't have experience against, right? Because now they're at that upper echelon of player. They don't have to run into the crazy shit most of the time. You're gonna run into someone who's mashing on buttons, using like very fake looking frame traps, or they're like 0 or they're -2 and they're swinging into you and they're just reading the shit out of you. And they played a whole hell of a lot of online. They're an online ranked monster. You're just gonna get beat up and you're not gonna know what to do because those aren't the players. That is not the demographic that you play against, which is very bad for you. We're being quite honest here. I don't think that's a good thing. I think that having a high level player to watch your matches, review your VODs for you, give you a little bit of matchup knowledge and experience when you need it, but you also grind rank to improve while mildly spamming, where people mildly spam. When people are wild as fucking spam RE. These mofos just throw out random I-26 buttons because you fall for them because online. No, I've seen people get hit by those things offline too. Because they're just not used to someone playing that way. And they're like, wait a minute, did he just do that? And yes, he did. And the reason why he got away with it is because of the fact that you don't know what to do about it. Saki's 1A is wild online? Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. This goes for any game though, right? And I say that because I was watching my friend play Guilty Gear and he's floor 10 but hasn't played in like 6 months. And maybe been like 4 to 6 months since he's played the game. So he doesn't really belong in floor 10. He made Celestio when the game first came out. And since then he has not played, right? So that level of play that's at floor 10 is significantly higher than where he's at currently. So he always says, oh yeah, this guy's super high level in floor 10. I'm probably not winning. I wish I would just get demoted so that I could play against people closer to my own skill level. Because there's way more to learn when you can actually see what's going on and what's happening. And you can kind of gauge your mistakes better. It's harder to say, oh yeah, that was a mistake there, when your opponent just read you 6 times and you died because they play the game. Because they just have more knowledge of the game and understanding of what's happening. My cat keeps walking back over and it's getting on me. I live in it. Plug in my phone charger. Yeah. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. That's gone now. So I don't think that it's bad to have a high level partner who helps you out and who teaches you stuff. But you also got to remember that that high level player should not be your only source of knowledge and information. There's a wealth of players out there, hopefully close to your skill level, whatever game you play. And I think that that would probably be a better idea for the most part when it comes to actually learning how to get better at like a base level. You're going to be able to learn way faster playing against people who are closer to your skill level. The reason for that is you'll be able to recognize your mistakes more frequently. I'm trying to move my camera while doing this. I'm the worst YouTuber slash. You can do it. Believe in me. You know what? That looks pretty good. I'm the worst YouTuber slash streamer. That was the first topic, right? The second topic. Anyways, on the topic of topics, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and like the video and comment what you think is the best way for you to find training partners when it comes to online fighting games or fighting games in general, right? Do you find the best person at your locals and you ask him to teach you everything he knows, or do you find someone relatively better than you and kind of piggyback off of each other over? I think that the latter experience is the experience that's going to get you the most results in the long term, because there's going to be a lot of things that higher level player won't be able to teach you. He might not remember from his days as a scrublet like you are. Anyway, this is Beanie W on the YouTube. Signing out. Peace. I still didn't hit record. I'll never do it. I find someone who plays my character better than me and absorb their gameplay. That works too. I think VOD review is really cool. VOD review is good. Match analysis is good. Replays are good. Like all that stuff is really good for learning. But like some people just seem to think like if I get this super sick high level training partner, I'll get better. It's like sometimes it doesn't work, because what am I supposed to teach them when I'm beating the absolute shit out of them? And all I'm saying constantly, I'll go to sleep earlier today. Have a good one, everybody. Later, dude. What am I supposed to teach them when constantly all I'm saying is you fucked up there, hey, you fucked up there, He messed up there. Hey, don't do that there. Like, their entire gameplay is just being dissected to the point where everything they're doing is wrong. When did they do something right? How am I supposed to tell them they did something right when they got perfect at 3 times? Or, fucking 75% at 3 times. Like, how? How am I supposed, what am I supposed to teach them? The best I can do is say, hey, go watch this Yoshi that I played against. Or in my experience, right? So say it's like Yoshi versus, play a lot of characters. By that I mean I played Yoshi, Keelik, and I like Cassandra. She's pretty cool. Trying to learn her. So when you think about it, when we put this in perspective, the best I can do is like looking at previous gameplay for the character of someone who played better than the person that I was playing against, right? Like, hey, oh, you played 2B? Dude, okay, so I know this really sick 2B. I know a few of them, right? I know TR Goldie Orha. I know Jimbo Nader, right? Those 2Bs, hey, go watch what they do, right? See how they play against the character that you're struggling against and kind of just try to imitate it and figure out what they're doing when they're stepping, when they're moving, when they're throwing out strings, when they're staggering, right? When they're using delayed offense. Try to figure all that out, right? Because what that's gonna do is that's gonna give you a baseline for how to get better with the character. And you know what that is? That's not even me playing against them. All I did was give them the advice to go look for someone who's better with their character. That's all I did. So I think when it comes to like character specific stuff, yes, you should probably play against someone way better than you. And the reason why is because they're gonna beat the shit out of you so hard, they're gonna show you all the shit you didn't know. Yes, partially that's true. But the other part of just finding someone who's way better than you and just running games constantly, and going like 40 and 2, or 2 and 40, apologies, or 1 and 40, or 0 and 40, right? Don't feel discouraged, but it's gonna be a lot harder for you to analyze what you did wrong, right? Especially if it's like a short set. Say you're playing like a first of 5 with like one of the best players in your region and you're like just starting the game. What the fuck are they supposed to do? You barely know anything. The more you know, the more you can learn. And what's weird is I say that to people and they're like, that's not true. Once you learn more, then your progress is stunted, right? You don't learn as much, you hit some sort of a plateau. And I find that fucking false. I think that if you learn a game to its highest level, I think you can continue learning for a really long time. I think fighting games, like competitive games in general, usually have a lot of, right? So even when you think like you've learned a lot about the game, like I think I've learned a lot about Soul Calibur, and there's still shit that I don't think about or learn, right? I don't know any of Zos's clash cancel setups. None of them. I don't know any of his clash setups. I think I accidentally did one like 2A into 4-6B on accident because I knew that clash was I-16 or was plus 16, right? I don't know any. I don't properly know what moves to box step against, right? To do like step 2G again, to do 2-4 against, right? Or 8-4, whichever. I don't know those things, and those are more things that I could add on top of my gameplay to become an even better player. And that stuff that you're not going to learn from the very beginning. Right now, at the very beginning, all you're trying to learn is, well, what does this button do? Okay, and then this button, and you said this one's for block, right? But if I press forward and block, it gives me a parry. But the parry is really, really whiff punishable and also dies to the lightning attacks? How do I do the lightning attack if someone's using the parry too much on me? These 2 buttons. Okay, got you. Yes, okay. I think I learned enough for you. You know what I'm saying? Fighting games competitive games in general just have so much depth. There's so much stuff to learn.